Me llamo Brent. I'm just kidding. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be unboxing Series 37 from Spin Master Monster Jam. So, all 9 trucks are here, including the Chase Piece Ghost Crew Dragon. This is a very nice Ghost Crew truck. I'm very excited to talk about him once we get to him. So, all 9 trucks are here. I already mentioned that. We're going to kick off this unboxing video with Zombie here from the Legacy Trucks line. So, on the back, of course, we have the Ghost Crew Dragon. We have the Overcharged El Toro Loco. I want to say that's the World Finals version of Grandma. No, it's the Legacy Trucks version of Grandma Gravedigger. We have the Street Treats Megalodon, Overboard. I don't remember what series it's from. Horsepower from Crazy Creatures. Salvager from, I don't know what series he's from. Reckless Trucks. Okay, Reckless Trucks made a return. That's interesting. And then to round it out is the Retro Rebels Mercury Monster Mutt Rottweiler. So we're going to kick off this unboxing video with Zombie. And then we will move on to Horsepower here, the Crazy Creatures version. It's another variation of Horsepower for all the fans. Here is Salvager making a return. We haven't seen him in a little bit now, so it's cool to have Salvager back. And then we have the Legacy Trucks Grandma Gravedigger. I don't know if this is supposed to be the encore one from World Finals 18, maybe? I don't know, but there's Grandma Gravedigger. Here is the very bright Overcharged El Toro Loco. This truck looks awesome, so very excited with to unbox that truck, I should say. Here is the awesome Street Treats Megalodon up close. I'll talk more about this truck once we get to him. So there's Megalodon. And then we'll move on to the big 3 here. This is the Retro Rebels Mercury Monster Mutt Rottweiler. This truck looks awesome. Very excited to get him unboxed. And then my favorite truck from Series 37 is without a doubt Overboard. We've been asking for this truck for a long time now, and he is finally here. Very excited to unbox this guy and talk about him. And then we will wrap up this video with the Ghost Crew Dragon. So, like I said, we are going to kick off this unboxing video with Zombie. Just getting the camera all set up. All right, here we go. Wave those zombie arms, fans. It's time to look at the Series 37 Zombie. But before we do that, I actually want to talk about the QR code. So obviously, this is the collection poster for all of Series 37. If you scan that QR code, like I said, you'll get to see all the trucks there. And yeah, that's about all that I can mention for that. Here is Zombie's little card. There's the Zombie logo, then the how to contact Spin Master and all that copyright information down there. And here he is, you guys. This is the Series 37 Crazy No. This is the Legacy Truck Zombie. I was about to say Crazy Creatures, but that's not right. He rolls perfectly right out of the package. We love that. And then, interesting. So, a couple of the arms are a little bit stiff. The one on the left actually moves perfectly. The one on the right, a little bit stiff, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. So, here he is up close, you guys. This is the Series 37 Legacy Trucks Zombie. Obviously, we have had many variations of zombies come out from Spin Master. So, let's do our in-depth graphics review with him. Our first one from Series 37. And every single time I talk about a zombie, first up we have the Monster Jam logo, followed by the zombie logo. You can see all the bullet holes with his gray skin. You can see a little bit of the white and blue clothing there. It's just hanging and dangling off the side. Of course, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Bari in Orlando. Bari Musauer absolutely killing it. And obviously we have the zombie arm, which moves up and down. You have the plastic ear too. And this is like obviously it's like a foldable, or not foldable, but kind of like it's a softer rubber, if you know what I mean. So, going up to the front of the truck, you have Zombie's iconic face. So there's his eyes, his nose, and his disgusting teeth. So he'll need to go to a dentist sometime soon because, I mean, look at those teeth. Those do not look healthy at all. Too many brains for this zombie, you know what I'm saying? So the other side is the exact same thing. On the back, you have the Zombie logo, the MonsterJam.com sponsorship. There's more of the white and blue striped clothing and more bullet holes with his skin. And then up here on the roof is Zombie's brain, which is peeking out. So hopefully he can get that patched up and this zombie will be up and running, I guess. So this version of Zombie is sitting on a very nice red color chassis with a black roll cage. It does have that exact same red color for the rims. No BKT printing at all. But it's kind of I'm trying to think of a color for this red. It's kind of like a mixture between red and like pink in a way. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It looks red on camera, but in person, it's definitely a lot lighter. So keep that in mind. But there you go. That's our first truck from Series 37, Zombie. And then now we will move on to horsepower. Well, this version of horsepower was very stubborn to get out of his package, but you know, it is what it is. So there is the horsepower logo and the rest of that information. Here is the Crazy Creatures version of horsepower from Series 37. There is a bend in that back axle, which is not good. So I will see if I can fix that up. But I mean, other than that, the truck rolls good. Obviously, I don't like seeing that as a collector of these diecast trucks and, you know, someone who does racing competitions with them, nicknamed the Sign Up Series. Although I'm not the creator of the Sign Up Series, that belongs to the phenomenal 5155 that we all know. So here is the Series 37 Crazy Creatures horsepower up close. Another variation of horsepower, although this truck is a lot more uncommon than Zombie. But, you know, it's still very nice to see the horse casting for this truck. Now we'll do our in-depth graphics review with him here. So first up, we have the horsepower logo right there, along with the Monster Jam logo. You have all the straps here on the horse. They all connect, so there you are. You can kind of see the driver poking through there. I don't know who'd be driving this truck, but there you go. And then you also have the horse's teeth. And then up here on the front, you have the nostrils and just the nose printing there. So this is a friendly horse. You can touch his teeth, and, you know, look at how clean they look compared to Zombie's teeth. You know, so there's Zombie's teeth, and then there's Horsepower's teeth. So, yeah, there you go. He's a nice horse. You can touch him. The other side is the exact same thing. On the back, you have Horsepower's tiny tail, which is just really funny. Then up here on the roof, you have the detail of with the horse fur, I should say. And then the two ears up here, which is really cool. Obviously, this is all made out of, you know, that same rubber material for the Zombie arms, so keep that in mind. And Horsepower is sitting on a gray chassis with a light brown roll cage with some very nice yellow rims. So that's going to wrap it up for Horsepower. So like I said, I will try to fix that bent back axle because that absolutely sucks. But, you know, it is what it is. So now we will move on to Salvager. And here is the return of Salvager in the singles line. So we'll take a look at the Salvager logo right there, along with that other information that we don't need to talk about. So here is Salvager up close. Looks like this truck rolls perfectly right out of the package. A very big upgrade from the Horsepower here too. And so here he is up close, you guys. This is the Series 37 Reckless Trucks Salvager. So obviously, we have had Salvager a couple of times in Spin Master. He first appeared back in Series 11. And then I believe he appeared a couple of times in the double packs, but it was the exact same casting as the Series 11 one. This one is slightly different. I don't have that Series 11 Salvager with me, but if I did, I would, you know, compare it to the other one. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. So first up, with the in-depth graphics review, we have the Monster Jam logo, followed by the Salvager logo. And then you can see all the detail with this junkyard-themed parts. You know, it's just different parts of vehicles all smashed together. So obviously, you have a bunch of pipes here. It's tied together with a rope, and I'll talk about that further when we get to the back of the truck. So going up to the front of the truck, you have two different headlights here. You have a normal car headlight, and then this one, I don't know, has like a cage design on it. I don't know. There you have a rat rod front, which is really cool. And then a very nice engine popping out there. I wonder if that's I don't know what engine that is. Oh well, it is what it is. And I will say the front hood is red compared to the blue body there. So the other side is the exact same thing. On the back here, you have two green barrels, probably representing fuel, and they're just hooked in together with some cable or wire, I don't know. And then these two pieces here on the back represent like semi-trucks exhaust, like the tall exhaust, I think. So I think that's what that is representing. And then up here on the roof, it is just detail. I thought it was dusty, but no, it is just detail of this junkyard themed truck. So, oh, I wasn't done yet. So Salvager is sitting on a gray chassis with a blue roll cage. And it does have a slightly darker gray color for the tires and different color rims. So we have one brown, one green, one red, and one blue. So there you go. That's going to wrap it up on our in-depth graphics review with Salvager. Very happy to have this truck return in singles form. I do like that casting a lot. So now we will move on to the Legacy Trucks Grandma Gravedigger. And here's the Legacy Trucks Grandma Gravedigger. We'll take a look at the logo. So it is the Gravedigger stacked logo, and then the rest of that there. And here is the truck. It looks like this truck rolls perfectly right out of the package. I don't see a slight bend in any of the axles, which is perfect. And here is the truck up close, you guys. This is the Series 37 Legacy Trucks Grandma Gravedigger. Now, I'm not quite sure what version of Grandma Gravedigger this is supposed to be. My original guess was the World Finals 18 Encore one from the 35th Anniversary Encore. But then I realized this could be the Grandma Gravedigger from the 40th Anniversary Encore from World Finals 22 or 21, I think. I think it was World Finals 22. Maybe 21, I don't know. But yeah, I'm not quite sure what version of Grandma Gravedigger this is. So if anyone could let me know in the comments down below, that would actually be very, very helpful. Maybe I'll check Ryan's video on Series 40. Series 40? Really? Series 37, and maybe he can give me some insight. So, doing our in-depth graphics review every single time I have a Gravedigger, we got to start off with the stacked Gravedigger logo, followed by the old school Skull Mountain creature thing. There's the Moss Gem logo, and then you can see the haunted house with the moon in the background, and the white rings which extend outwards. And you can also barely see the green spooky fog, which is really, really cool. There's obviously the icon, Dennis Anderson, man. What a driver. I've had the pleasure of seeing him twice so far this year. Maybe 3 times, maybe a 3rd time, I don't know. But going up to the front of the truck here, we have Gravedigger's iconic red headlights. Obviously, whenever you see those turn on, you know you are in for one hell of a show. And then you could see Gravedigger's old school flame wrapping up there with the hood. Honestly, it's kind of weird that the flames just stop right there. I thought they would actually extend downwards, like as a part of the casting, but I guess not. Maybe that's one thing that Spin Master can fix in the future. The other side is the exact same thing. On the back, you have the back detail with the I believe that's supposed to be Grim, I think. There is the Moss Gem and Spin Master tombstone as well with the green spooky fog. You got nothing on the roof there. And this version of Gravedigger is sitting on a gray chassis with a bright green roll cage, that exact same green color for the rims, with white Bugatti printing, which definitely helps this truck stand out. So there's the Legacy Trucks Grandma Gravedigger, and now we will move on to a very nice release of the Overcharged El Toro Loco. And here is the Overcharged El Toro Loco. Let's take a look at the card really quickly. There is the El Toro Loco logo. Actually, that white logo looks pretty sick. I hope Monster Jam can use that white El Toro Loco logo in the future than the rest of that. So here is the El Toro Loco. It looks like it rolls perfectly right out of the package. I love that. And wow, this is one bright truck. It looks even brighter on camera, but very bright truck in real life. If you guys display your trucks, this will be a very good display piece, because this is a very bright truck, and bright trucks definitely stand out if you display your trucks. I used to, but I have no room to display my trucks anymore. That's why they're in bins. So, oh man, excuse me, sorry, I had to burp. Just had some food earlier, so I do apologize for that. With our in-depth graphics review, first up we have the El Toro Loco logo in white. Like I said, I really want Monster Jam and Feld Entertainment to use that El Toro Loco logo in the future. That looked pretty cool. There is the Monster Jam logo, followed by some like a teal color for part of the flames with some orange highlights up there at the top, which looks really, really cool. There is, oh, who should we use? Let's use the World Finals champion, Armando Castro. Absolutely killing it. He just won 2-wheel skills, and unfortunately did not have the best racing competition. He's looking to change that here in freestyle. So, also you have El Toro Loco's iconic teeth there. Obviously, they are much cleaner than Zombies, which we already talked about, and Horsepower's teeth are about the same color, I would say. Don't touch them, because obviously this is, you know, El Toro Loco, the crazy bull, you know what I'm saying? So don't touch them. And going up to the front of the truck, you have the chin hair. Then up here on the hood, you have the nostrils with the nose ring, with the awesome flames coming out of the nose. So the teal color flames with the orange highlights, which look really, really cool. Obviously, the other side is the exact same thing. On the back, you have the white El Toro logo with monsterjam.com and more of those flames. Then up here on the roof, you have some light orange horns. So this version of El Toro Loco is sitting on an orange chassis with a yellow roll cage. It's very similar to the tire color, but it's a slightly different. I think the roll cage yellow color is darker than the yellow color for the tires, so keep that in mind. Obviously, it looks very similar on camera, but there's a slight difference. And he does have some black rims as well. So there you go. There is the Overcharged El Toro Loco, a very nice release. I do like the Overcharged series a lot. It definitely has grown on me. I am very excited to get this truck unboxed with. This is the Street Treats Megalodon. And here's the Megalodon up close. We'll take a look at the logo here. There is the Megalodon logo. It looks very cool in red. Just like with the white El Toro Loco logo, Swim Master and Monster Jam should use this red Megalodon logo. It looks pretty cool. And here is the truck up close, you guys. It looks like the truck rolls perfectly right out of the package. I absolutely love that. And one thing to note with these Street Treats trucks is that they are on the metal chassis. So obviously the bodies are plastic, so obviously it's got to make up for something, you know what I'm saying? So here is the Street Treats Megalodon from Series 37. This is one badass truck. Now, if you guys are not aware, the Street Treats Megalodon is actually supposed to represent the Swedish Fish logo, or just Swedish Fish, the candy in general. So there's a side-by-side comparison of the logo. And I mean, it's got pretty much all the basic stuff. It's got the red, it's got the yellow, and it has that blue as the chassis color, which is very, very cool. So I just wanted to mention that for all the fans, if you guys are curious on, you know, why is this the Street Treats Megalodon? You know, what makes this truck so special, or unique, I should say. So with our in-depth graphics review with this truck, first up we have the Megalodon logo along with the Monster Jam logo, and then there's just some of the detail with the Megalodon shark, how it's the bottom part of the shark is like a light gray color, and then it switches to like a dark maroon red color for the actual body. There's the driver peeking out. I'm gonna say it's Ashley Sanford because I just saw her in Tucson, and Ashley is one hell of a driver and an even better person to talk to. So moving on, we have the bright red teeth. Now, obviously, you don't want to touch these teeth because, you know, they're bright red. They're like blood teeth, and, you know, you don't want to touch them. And then there's Megalodon's bright red eyes there, too. I forgot to talk about that the body, you know, is translucent. It is see-through. So, I mean, there's my... Well, it's kind of hard to tell with my finger. But, I mean, you can see through the body, obviously. So, had to mention that. Going up to the front, you could see, well, there's the eyes and, you know, the scary teeth like I already talked about. And just more detail up there with the roof of, not the roof, the hood of the Megalodon, I should say. So the other side is the exact same thing. On the back, you have the back fin, which is used to, you know, obviously to steer. And then, obviously, the smaller fin. And then, of course, every shark's top fin. I don't know if that's supposed to be the dorsal fin. I'm not, like, biologist or whatnot, or someone who studies animals. I don't know what that's called. Obviously, whenever you see this fin stick up out of the water, watch out, you know, because it's Jaws. I hope some people like that reference. But this version of Megalodon, like I said, is sitting on a blue metal chassis with a bright yellow roll cage, and it does have a clear translucent red color, for the tires and the rims. Now, obviously, the rim color is different than the actual tire color. It's more of like it's like a salmon color for the rims, and then an actual red for the tires there. So this is a very nice release. I like this Street Treats Megalodon a lot, and you guys are gonna like it too. And now we will move on to the Retro Rebels Mercury Monster Mutt Rottweiler. God, that is a long name to say. Man, Rottweiler really wanted to get out of his package. So there is the Monster Mutt logo, then the rest of that information And here he is. What an awesome truck. Looks like he rolls perfectly right out of the package. I absolutely love that. And here he is up close, you guys. This is the Retro Rebels Mercury Monster Mutt Rottweiler. This truck looks so good. This one is my personal favorite out of all three Retro Rebel Mercury Monster Mutts. So obviously we have the one from Series 27, and that's the normal Monster Mutt. Then we have the Monster Mutt Dalmatian from Series 35, which we reviewed somewhat recently, if you could say that. And then obviously my personal favorite being Monster Mutt Rottweiler. Huge shout out to Charles Benz and Berto Trevino, you know what I'm saying? So let's do our in-depth graphics review with this truck. We have the Monster Mutt logo along with the Monster Jam logo. I'll talk about the dog collar when we get to the back of the truck. There is the driver. I don't know if you can see him. It's very hard to see out of these Mercury trucks. There's Monster Mutt's teeth, or Rottweiler's teeth. Obviously, you can touch them. The dog's chill. You know what I'm saying? Going up to the front of the truck, you have a spot for where the headlights would be. And then there is Monster Mutt's tongue and the nose. And then you also have the whisker holes on top of the hood. And then just more detail with the dog fur. The other side is the exact same thing. On the back, you have Rottweiler's very tiny tail. And then up here on the back, you have the blue dog collar, which extends, you know, from the side up to the back, and then, you know, the other side. And then it has the Monster Mutt dog tag. I thought it was going to say Rottweiler, but I guess not. And you also have the Rottweiler ears, which are made of the same material as the tail, but they really do not move up and down. So don't try to break off the tail or the ears. Just don't try doing that. So, well, Rottweiler is sitting on the classic gray chassis with a black roll cage, and it does have that exact same gray color for the rims with no PKT printing at all. So, obviously, one of my favorite Retro Rebel trucks that Spin Master has made. I really do like this version of Monster Mutt Rottweiler a lot. So, there you go, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. And now we will move on to my personal favorite truck from Series 37, and I hope you all would agree with me, that being Overboard. Finally, I get to review an Overboard diecast truck, and I am beyond excited. So let's take a look at the Overboard logo. So there it is right there, and then his card information. And before we actually talk about the truck, I did want to say I obviously picked up a second version of this truck, and I did have Jamie Gardner sign this in Glendale. So there you go. He even put Overboard, and that's just awesome. So yeah, I really like Overboard. Both Overboard and Wildside both sound amazing. You know, obviously the real life trucks. More of a fan of Wildside, but that's nothing against Jamie Gardner. Absolutely love him. Such a chill guy to talk to. So now let's talk about this truck. So here is Overboard, and he rolls perfect right out of the package in pristine shape, which is absolutely awesome. So here you go, guys. This is Overboard from Series 37. This is the Arena Favorites version of Overboard, so that's a little interesting. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Man, I just continue to burp, so if there's any weird pauses like that, I do apologize, like I already said. So now, let's get into the in-depth graphics review. So, first up, we have the Monster Jam logo, along with the Overboard logo and Jamie Gardner's name right there. You can also see the Overboard design there. It's supposed to represent... well, let's see. So we got an orange part down here probably representing flames. You could see a green and purple design there. I don't know if that's supposed to represent flames at all. I'm not quite certain. And then there's like this red and black pinstripe right here. So that's really cool. Obviously, there's Jamie Gardner absolutely killing it, going for that freestyle win. You know what I'm saying? Going up to the front of the truck, we have the headlights there and the grille printing with this, I believe this is supposed to be a Chevy body. You got nothing there on the hood, which is kind of weird. I figured that, you know, Spin Master would put the Overboard logo right there, but I guess not. The other side is the exact same thing. On the back here, you have the Overboard logo along with Slap and Stick. Not sure what that's supposed to... I'm not sure what that is or what that's supposed to mean, but, you know, it's there. And then nothing there on the roof of the truck. So, Overboard is sitting on that classic gray chassis with that black roll cage. Does have a very nice blue color for the rims with white PKT printing, which makes this truck 10 times better. So there you go. There's my favorite truck from Series 37, Overboard. And now we finally can talk about the final truck from the case, and that is the Ghost Crew Dragon. Ouch, Dragon took a tumble right out of his package. So let's take a look at the card. There's the logo and then the rest of that information. And now we can talk about this truck. So here he is, you guys. This is the Chase Piece Ghost Crew Dragon from Series 37. This truck actually looks very, very cool. Very underrated Ghost Crew truck. But here he is up close, Dragon, you guys. I love the clear translucent tires. Those just look absolutely awesome. Obviously, it is very hard to see through this Dragon body, but you know, it kind of gets the job done, you know what I'm saying? So, let's do our in-depth graphics review with this truck. So, first up, we have the Dragon logo, which is being spelt out from the flames with Dragon. And then there is the Monster Jam logo. I don't know why I was touching the teeth. You really do not want to touch the teeth on this version of Dragon, you know? They are sharp, so I am a trained professional. I would not recommend touching them like that. Golly, man, that hurts. But, you know, it is what it is. There is the Dragon eyeball there. He's staring at all the fans, you know. He's staring at you guys and telling you to, you know, hit the subscribe button and like the video, you know. You're not hearing that from me. You're hearing that from Dragon himself. Going up to the front of the truck, you got at the front and the hood, I should say. You have the nostrils, along with the white spikes or horns there that go along the top and the roof of this truck. And then there's just some detail with the Dragon skin. It looks very, very cool. The other side is the exact same thing. I could talk about the wings in the back here. And then up here on the roof, you have a clear translucent orange horns with those exact same white spikes going along the roof of the truck. Now, obviously, this is a version of Dragon, so I know I got to attempt a Morgan backflip. The last time I had a Dragon, I don't think we were successful, but let's see if we can do it this time. So here we go. Nope, again, unsuccessful. Dang, that sucks. But anyways, Dragon is sitting on a metal green chassis with a clear translucent roll cage. And it does have that exact same color for the tires and some very nice bright green rims, which makes this truck look pretty good. And that's pretty much going to wrap it up on this video, you guys. So make sure to crush that like button if you guys like this video. Why not consider subscribing? It is 100% free, and you guys can always undo it. We are on the road to 2,200 subscribers or 2,200 subscribers, whichever way you want to say it. And breaking news, you guys, I have an Instagram account. I know every single time I say it, it is so crazy to believe. I mean, look at Dragon's reaction if it wants to focus. I mean, hang on. Come on, focus with me. I mean, look at Dragon's reaction. You know, he just cannot believe it. And then, you know, look at Zombie here, too. I mean, his arms are in the air. Like, he cannot believe that I have an Instagram account, you know? But it is the same as my YouTube username, @MonsterJamFan0311. You guys get exclusive content on stuff that I am going to post, and you guys get to reserve trucks for Monster Jam's sign-up series and points competitions. It is always worth it, you guys, but I don't force you guys to. The link for my Instagram is always down in my description. And speaking of my description, key information is always in there, along with some Monster Jam trivia questions for anyone who likes trivia. So, as a quick overview, let's go over all the trucks that are in Series 37. So, we have Zombie, Horsepower, Salvager, Grandma Gravedigger from, I believe, Legacy Trucks. You have the Overcharged El Toro Loco, the Street Treats Megalodon, the Retro Rebels Mercury Monster Mutt Rottweiler, Overboard from Arena Favorites, and then the Chase Piece Ghost Crew Dragon. So obviously, if I had to pick my favorite truck, I gotta go with Overboard, man. We've been wanting an Overboard diecast for a while. Not sure why it's not focusing, but that's okay. But, you know, obviously, whenever I do my unboxings, I rearrange the trucks from my least favorite to obviously my favorite, and then, you know, the Chase Piece at the back. You know how it is. So, comment down below which truck is your favorite from Series 37, and hopefully these trucks will be competing in a future sign-up series. So, this is Monster Jam Fan 0311 catching you guys on the rails.